Today is September 14th of 2022, and I got my bilge stringers all installed on the starboard side. Yeah, and they look okay. Yeah, disregard this here, this offset here. This is where in fact, this piece of tape is where I marked where I put my joints, because when I laid the board in there that I used to cut the initial, notches out, where it met, it didn't necessarily line up perfectly. So this one's a little offset, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, I want to put in butt blocks in pretty much all of these, simply because I think it flows better with butt blocks in there as opposed to trying to land the joints on the frames themselves. But yeah, it looks all right. I took a 2x4 and was running it along the edge here to see how it flowed out, and it was actually pretty good. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that. It didn't take as long as I thought it might, or was worried it might. This is one of those jobs that I was really kind of concerned about. But, in the end, like most of these jobs, it's once you get a system figured out, you just kind of go with it. Now, the problem is, now that I got these bilge stringers on here, it's going to make it, very, very difficult to get into the boat to do anything up there. So there's a few things I think I want to get done before I get the other side, the port side, done. I think I could just put some valve or some fittings in these tanks and run the hoses back to where they're going to go to the valves. That's one thing. Gosh, I was making a list of things. Now I can't think of everything that I wanted to do. I'd like to get the bulkhead for the lazarette between this aft cabin and the transom. I'd like to go ahead and get that done, or get them cut at least. Maybe not permanently installed, but get them cut at least, so I can have that get those pieces of plywood stuck up through here rather than having to go up and over the boat. Because otherwise, once I get the bottom planking on, everything's going to have to go up and over the side of the boat, including me when I want to get in there. So that's going to make life decidedly, oops, there's a broken plank. That's going to make things decidedly more difficult. Wonder when that cracked. But anyway, so yeah, I've got some work to do prior to doing this side. And I got a couple other things too that I was thinking of that I should do, and I might as well get those done prior to getting this closed up. It won't set me back just too much, but yeah, I don't know. I've been debating ballast in here too, if I should put some sort of ballast in here. I don't know how much ballast for sure I'm going to need. I was thinking about just putting loose ballast in, putting some ballast in back here by the engine room, putting maybe some concrete and some steel back in here, and that would be fine. But if I want to get ballast in up here, loose ballast is going to be really hard to do, at least under these 4 tanks. So if I want to put some ballast, maybe I should put, a couple 100 pounds in each one of these bays now, before I get it all sealed up with the bottom planking. I don't know. The problem is you don't know for sure how much ballast you're going to need until the boat's in the water. Yeah. But I am pretty sure I'm going to want some ballast at least. They talk about, your fuel weight, half the weight of your fuel in ballast. And if I got 10,000 pounds of fuel, that means I should have 5,000 pounds of ballast, which that's a lot of ballast in here. So I don't know. It might not need that much. Maybe it will. I don't know. Of course, some I can put in after the boat is in the water, which is probably going to wind up being lead. I'll have to probably cast lead into some ingots the size that I can handle and get those put in, you know. But where do you put it? And you really don't want it way up here. You know, maybe here you could put some. But like I said, you get back to here, and this is going to be about the only time to do it. This bay here, you could obviously put ballast in. I think that's where the batteries are going to go. So below the batteries, you could put ballast in. And now we're getting into the engine room, and that could be done anytime. So I don't have to necessarily do that, you know, be in a real big hurry for that. But that ends here. Of course, you can't put any ballast here, and you can't put any ballast that back there where the shaft goes through. So then you start getting back here, and you really don't want to be putting a lot of ballast back here either. Want to keep the ballast as centrally located as possible in the center, longitudinal center of gravity, as much as possible. And then, you know, we may need a little bit of ballast, you know, elsewhere in the boat for trimming, just to get the boat to, you know, athwartships, have it float on its lines evenly. So we will see. But yeah, like I said, I got this side done, and got a little bit of cleaning up to do, and a little bit of work to do back here. These planks are going to have to be planed down to meet the curve there. It's another spot it seems like there's a little more curve there than should be. It all goes back to this 46. It just seems like 46 is just a little odd back here. This frame 46. Just never really thrilled with any aspect of it. It seems to me like that could have gone up just a little bit higher, but or the transom come down a little bit, I guess. Maybe would have been better yet, but yeah, I suppose I could still do that, bring the transom down just a little bit. I could lay a piece, you know, notch a piece in there. Yeah, well. Yeah, we'll think about it. But anyway, so this side is done. I got some other work to do. You may have noticed I did a little bit of cleaning up in here, did a little reorganizing, trying to get a little more room back in here again. I piled all my wood, took it off my scaffolding, both pieces of scaffolding. I got it stacked on sawhorses here now. So yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not going to want it here permanently either. But once I get this side done, I'll have used up a fair amount of this 2x stock, and then we'll see what I do with it after that. I might move it into a different building. I kind of hate to do that too, but it may be in the way here just a wee bit. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's where we are on September 14th.